Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nen, coming to you all live from Nen's Gaming. For today's video, I'll be going over the week three scores from around the league, as well as who won Players of the Week, such as Offensive Player of the Week, Defensive Player of the Week, and Horse Trailer Player of the game from the Monday Night Football game. Then we'll look on forward to the week four matchup. So starting things off, we got the Falcons destroying the Cardinals 44-24. Falcons defense, 6 interceptions, as they were able to pull away from the Cardinals pretty early. Then in Cincinnati, the Ravens improved to 3-0 as they handled the Bengals 35-18. They're 3-0 just like the Falcons. The Eagles are also improved to 3-0 as they dominate the Lions in Motown 38-17. Texans get off the schneid, win their first game of the year in a absolute thriller. If you haven't seen it already, check out the video. Texans and the Chiefs, game that went down to the wire. Texans were able to win off on a walk-off field goal by Chris Brown. Steelers get their first victory of the year in a very close game against the Dolphins, 30-24. Steelers defense made a key stop on fourth down to ice the game essentially. The Vikings destroyed the Bears 41-10. I'll show you Randy Moss's stats later, but he had a whale of a game. Jeremy Shockey set the new NFL record for most catches in a game with 22. As the Giants pull away from the Browns 41-28. The Saints go into St. Louis and hand the Rams their first loss at home in over 2 years, as they beat the Rams 23-13. Saints defense really shut down the Rams offense. The Jaguars unfortunately fall to 0-3 as they lose in blowout fashion to the Tennessee Titans 37-14. Broncos dominate the Chargers. This really should have been a shutout, but thanks to the punter not being able to kick, the Chargers were able to get 3 points. That's all they could get. Peyton Manning had 6 touchdown passes and 513 yards as the Colts pummel the Packers. 4 o'clock. That was supposed to be the game of the week, but the Colts didn't. The Colts made this one no contest by a score of 48-20. This game was also no contest as the Seahawks pummeled the 49ers 35-7. Seahawks defense forced 7 takeaways, including 6 interceptions. The Buccaneers defense dominates Rich Gannon and the Raiders offense as they go into Oakland, the black hole, and get their first win of the year. Buccaneers defense recorded 11 sacks, 3 by Simeon Rice, 3 by Derrick Brooks, and 1 by Rondé Barber, among others. Jason Witten carried the Cowboys to victory on Monday Night Football as they beat the Washington Commanders / football team 37-14. All right, and now for the player awards. Week three. Peyton Manning, you see the stats right there. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, 523 passing yards, 6 touchdowns. He did throw 2 interceptions, including the pick 6, but it didn't matter. And then for Defensive Player of the Week, Samari Rolle recorded 4 tackles, an interception, and a pick 6. And the NFC Offensive Player of the Week, no surprise, it's Randy Moss with his 10 catches for 223 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Isaiah Kasavinsky, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he had an excellent, tremendous game. Probably one of the better games you'll ever see from a linebacker in this Madden series. 5 tackles, an interception, forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. He really could have had 2 more interceptions, to be quite honest. And, go back. Horse Trailer Player from this past week, as you see right there, Jason Witten, 10 catches, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns. And as I mentioned before, you're going to see Jeremy Shockey's stats in a second. But NFL mark, 22 grabs for Jeremy Shockey and over 200 yards from this past game against the Cleveland Browns. Check the box score in that one. A lot of points, a lot of yards being put up. Giants, they found a running game the last 2 weeks. As you see there, 25 carries, 182 yards, 2 touchdowns for Tiki Barber. Rondé also went over 117 yards and added 2 touchdowns. But you see there, 22 catches, 221 yards, and a touchdown. All right, now we're on to the week 4. It's week 4 of the NFL season. Some big games coming up. Bears still looking for their first win, but they're going up against the undefeated Eagles. Browns looking for their first win. Jaguars looking for their first win, but they got a tough opponent in Peyton Manning, the Colts. So are the Cardinals. Falcons 3-0, heading into the bank. Big matchup. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and Chris Collins were going to be calling that game. The Jets going to be going to Miami to try and stay unbeaten. Broncos look to stay unbeaten. 49ers look to try and, get their first win. 0-3 against 3-0. Not ideal, but the Chiefs still have a potent offense. It's just the defense that's been lacking. So that'll do it for this video. If you liked the video, comment, subscribe below. As always, I'll be back with some more content from, week 4. So have a good rest of your day. Enjoy yourselves. Love y'all. Peace.